I do a lot of wood projects, and I have 4 main sanders here that I use regularly. What I would like to do is to show you the difference between each of the sanders and then help you decide which sander is the right for what kind of project you're about to do. This one right here is my quarter sheet palm grip finishing sander. This sander is my go-to for my plywood wood projects as well as for my trim touch-ups. It has a bag to catch all of the sawdust, which I like. There are no bags that really I feel work perfectly, but having that on here does help. Sandpaper is sold in solid sheets, so in order to get these holes in it, comes with this accessory right here, which you use like a hole punch. You just put on top, push this, and it makes the holes for it to go inside. To load the sandpaper on here, what you're gonna do is look at these little clips on the side. You just lift these up on both sides. Like that, they come out. This lever controls this front one. There's a similar one on the back as well, controlled by the other side. Take your sandpaper and make sure you have the coarse side facing down, and you're gonna kind of slide it into this little part right here that you're controlling. When you get it where you want it to go ahead and fold it under, and then lock this front one in place, like that. Then you're gonna do the same thing on the back end. Make sure this lever is open right here, right there, so that it'll slide right in. Hard to see it while you're filming. There. So that goes right in like that. Then you take this and you just, and you just lock it in place like that. A couple of tips for loading this up. You want to make sure when you cut down a piece of sandpaper that you cut it a little long, because you do want some of the edges to overlap here and on the back end as well. So make sure to cut this a little bit long. You take this little fun tool right here, put it on top, and just hole punch it. Just put your weight into it and squeeze, and then pull it back off. And now you have the holes so that when you are sanding, the sand goes inside these holes, which go inside here, which should then go down here. One of the projects that I use for my palm sander is yard signs that I created for my kids. About 100 grit sandpaper, prime it, paint it, seal it, and then I have my final product. This is my detail sander. I use it when whatever I am sanding isn't flat, such as cabinet corners. The only real accessory with this one is right here, which is where all of your dust should come back inside right here. What I love about loading up this sandpaper is that it's so straightforward. It already comes pre-cut, and the back side right here and this are Velcro, so they automatically stick together right where you place them. And you're just going to attach it, and if you don't like where it is, rip it off and readjust. Ideally, what you would like to do is to try and get some of the holes to line up. Again, that really just helps with dust collection for back here. This corner portion right here, you can really get into those corners. When I was redoing my kitchen cabinets, this one came in clutch. This bad boy is my belt sander. This one is very aggressive and it's very easy to go too far with it, so I almost never use it. However, it is really good if you need to strip paint. And on my cabinets, I had 2 coats of paint that I had to get through to get down to the wood so that I could repaint it with a clean finish. I had to start with this, with a 60 grit sandpaper just to get started. In terms of accessories, I like that it has this handle, so when you are sanding and you put pressure, this helps you to guide. Again, it can go out of control really, really quickly, so really keep up with it. And it also has a collection bag on the back that you can go ahead and use to dump out any of the dust that you have collected. To put on the sandpaper, you can see there's a switch right here that controls this roller part right here. Kind of see that? Make sure that this is open. Put this on here. Hard to do on one leg. And then it just slides right on like that. And then you lock it in place using the lever here. And that's it. And then you're ready to get started on your project. This is my random orbit sander. For most of your project, this sander will give you the best in terms of balance and control. In terms of loading the sandpaper, this one uses Velcro here to connect to here. Very, very easy to put on, right like that. And if you don't like where you put it, just peel it off and move it somewhere else. Ideally, you want a couple of the holes to line up with the holes here, just so that you can use the collection bag in the back. I am the modern millennial, and I learned through trial and error so that I can teach you how to skip my mistakes.